PPG! Check this out, folks. Jaymo here, doing a tutorial this time on macros that can change your graphics settings on the fly while you're playing to help maximize your vision based on whatever environment you are in. This is a really exciting one for me, so I really want to take some time. It'll be broken into a couple little segments here on this video to really get a grasp and a feel for how this works. See what I'm doing there? I'm scrolling through the different graphics settings I have set as key bindings. I have them on my number pad. 1, 2, 3, 4. And every time I'm in a different environment that I'm not seeing very well, which is most environments, but if it gets particularly hard to see because it's either too bright, I'll darken it up, or if it's too dark, I'll brighten it up. Just by hitting a keypad number. So this is super valuable for us visually impaired as we're running around and things are changing continually around us. It's nighttime now while I'm filming this video, so I think that is kind of what normally it would look like. But I'm going to stick with, that one's a little too bright. I'm going to stick with this one, I think, and show you what we're doing. But that's what the end goal is here for everybody. And you can, I have 4, you could have 20 if you wanted to. That'd be a little silly. You'd probably get away with 4 or 5 and be good. So what you do, you hit escape, you go into macros, and we're going to create 4 new macros, and then we're going to assign them graphic settings. First thing you do to create a macro is you hit new down here at the bottom of this window, of this macro window that popped up. It's going to give you a million different in-game icons that you can use. It doesn't matter which one you use, in my opinion, because I'm not looking at them anyway. But if you have different ones that might look better to help you know what the macro is about, select which one you want. I'm going to name it Graphics 1. Oops, Graphics 1, and hit OK down here at the bottom. And that has created a macro. It's blank, as you can see down below, and this is where we enter the information for it. Now, I have this macro already created on a different tab, so I'm going to cheat and go over there to look at this and then to drag it over. Once you have that macro created, you want to add 2 lines. I'm going to go ahead and just copy these lines, and you'll be able to see these lines. We're going to have them in the description below in the video. You're going to add 2 lines into this macro. That is macro number 1. That's a starting point. Then you go and you rinse and repeat. We do this. You can do it however many times you want to. I'm going to do it twice. You get the gist. New. You can call these whatever you want to. Graphics 2. This icon, sure. Okay. Copy that, paste that. Now we've got a couple of them here. Once you have those set up, they can all be the same when you're initially setting up. So I personally would make 2 more. You can close out of macros, get back into your options. This time, instead of going to macros, go to options. And then under system, go to graphics. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you're going to find that gamma line and the brightness line. So next thing you do is you set your current screen by looking outside to the right to the graphics that you like. So you can move these sliders for brightness and gamma to where it looks pretty good. Then you notate these numbers on the right. This one's at 35% brightness and 2.3% gamma. Write those down or just memorize them. Then you go back into your macros and you change the number here to what that was. Make it match what it currently is. And then that, or your graphics 1, is what you have. Then you go and you got to run around to a new spot. Jump around here. Oh, this is probably a good spot. Just get in somewhere where it's darker. Go inside somewhere or go outside somewhere. and then go, ooh, I need to change that graphics. That doesn't look good. So you hit escape, go into options, and you change your gamma and your brightness again to make this particular scene look the best that it can for you. Notate those numbers, be it whatever they are, because they're going to be different. Then go back into your macros, go to your second icon, graphics 2, and change those to match whatever that is showing. Hopefully you're picking up what I'm putting down here. Once you've done that on all 4, pick 4 different type of environments. Dark, super dark, outside day, outside night, probably 2 or 4 good ones. Now you've got these macros set up to be somewhat close to what you want. Beauty is you can always come back in and adjust it if you've realized you've messed up on one that's not working for you. Once you've got these set up, then you can take these icons up here and move them to a bar. Now you can click on them and it'll change the graphics for you. Mine aren't changing because they're both the same, but if I change to one of those. So these are working. These 2 are working. I just have them set to the exact same numbers. But now how do you make them hotkeys? Okay, key bindings, hotkeys, shortcuts, whatever you want to call them. That's what we're going to do now to get these new graphics icons working at the touch of a button instead of needing to be able to find the icons with your mouse and clicking on them, which can be very difficult for visually impaired people. What you do to get started is you go into options. We're going to go tell the game what keystroke on the keyboard will activate these particular icons. Once you're in the options, you go into the top segment called gameplay. You go down to key bindings. Key bindings has all the different actions that might be built into the game, plus all the different bars that you could put icons on, listed so that then you can say, this is what keystroke I want on the keyboard to activate that particular icon. So you got to know where you put your icon and what button number it was. I know that was bar number 2, button number 6 and 7, or 7 or 8. What? I'd have to go back and look again. But once you know what those buttons numbers are on which bar, you can go down to, I use bartender 4, so that's where I do it. But if you're not using bartender 4, you can use the in-game bar listings. I'm going to go down to bar number 2, which is this grouping here. Button number 7 and 8, I guess, or it might be 6 and 7. No, 7 and 8. You can see I already have buttons set up with key bindings, hotkeys, shortcuts, whatever you want to call them, on that bar. But these ones I wasn't using. So on 7, I click on button number 7, and we're going to make that number 7. And kind of weird. It's available one I have. It's a coincidence. Next, we're going to do button number 8. We're going to make that number pad 8. So now that those are saved in and locked into bar 2, button number 7 and 8, I can hit OK or close, whatever it is down here, and get out of this. Now, these icons that we put up here that we made the macros for with those different brightness levels, if I hit 7 or 8, I don't know if you can see it, but they're lighting up. And so that means they're working. I'll darken it up here, then I'll push it. Brightens it up. So those are working. Now I just need to remember whatever keystrokes I set up to be my hotkeys, and then I'm good to go. When I'm moving around, I can just change my graphics to make it the best vision that I can. I hope this helps. You can use this same process for everything and all the icons that you have, be it made macros or spellbook icons or professions. Give me a call in Discord or shoot me a message in game or shoot me an email. All that information is down below. Please don't forget to share. We're trying to build a community of visually impaired and visually capable people. And in order to hit that grouping, we're going to need to share this out to a lot of people. I really appreciate your time. BPG. Laters.